Look into the Bible's stories to find not just history, but life's mysteries revealed. Professor Michael Thompson. Imagine discovering a hidden layer beneath the stories you thought you knew by heart, a layer so profound it transforms the ordinary into the extraordinary. Today, we're diving into the metaphysical meanings of classic biblical stories. This isn't just about ancient texts, it's about uncovering life-changing insights that are as relevant today as they were thousands of years ago. Metaphysical interpretations help us explore beyond the literal to find deeper spiritual truths and guidance that can illuminate our paths and enrich our lives. So why does this matter? Because these stories hold keys to understanding more about ourselves, the universe, and our place within it. They invite us to think differently, to challenge our perspectives, and to open our hearts to new possibilities. Let's start on this journey together, uncovering the hidden dimensions of these timeless narratives and discovering how they can inspire and transform us in profound ways. Let's begin by exploring the concept of metaphysical. In the simplest terms, metaphysical refers to what goes beyond the physical. It's about looking into the deeper aspects of meaning, existence, and the fundamental nature of reality. When we apply this to biblical stories, we move beyond the literal events described on the pages and start exploring their spiritual significance, uncovering lessons and insights that speak to the soul. Now consider how this differs from traditional readings. Typically, a traditional approach might focus on the historical context or the moral lessons of biblical stories, metaphysical interpretations, but invite us to see beyond the surface to uncover the spiritual truths that these stories symbolize. This method doesn't just tell us what happened, it suggests why it matters on a cosmic scale and what it reveals about our spiritual journey. By looking deeper, we gain insights that are not immediately obvious, offering us ways to apply these ancient wisdoms to our modern lives in meaningful and transformative ways. Understanding the historical context of the Bible is key to appreciating its metaphysical interpretations. These sacred texts were written in times and places very different from our own, yet they capture universal truths that transcend time. As we look back, we see a tapestry of cultures, languages, and historical events that shaped these narratives. This backdrop is crucial because it helps us understand the original meanings and intentions behind the stories before we explore their deeper metaphysical insights. Over the centuries, metaphysical interpretations of the Bible have evolved, gaining depth and diversity with contributions from various scholars and movements. For instance, during the Renaissance, thinkers began to see these texts not just as religious doctrines, but as philosophical works that could be studied for deeper understanding. In more recent times, the New Thought movement with leaders like Emma Curtis Hopkins and Charles Fillmore has brought these interpretations into the spotlight, teaching that the Bible stories are not merely historical records, but allegorical lessons about the mind's power and the spirit's potential. These perspectives encourage us to see the Bible not just as a book of religious instruction, but as a guide to personal and spiritual transformation. By studying how these interpretations have evolved, we gain a richer, more nuanced appreciation of the Bible's teachings and their relevance to our lives today. This ongoing journey of discovery and reinterpretation invites us to connect with these ancient texts in a way that is both intellectually enriching and spiritually uplifting. Let's look into some key biblical stories and uncover their metaphysical themes. Take, for instance, the story of David and Goliath. On the surface, it's a tale of a young shepherd defeating a giant warrior. But metaphysically, it represents the triumph of spiritual faith over seemingly insurmountable challenges. David, armed only with a sling and a stone, symbolizes our innate spiritual strength that, when aligned with faith, can overcome any obstacle, no matter how daunting it appears. Similarly, the story of Samson, known for his superhuman strength derived from his uncut hair, teaches us about the source of our true power. Metaphysically, Samson's hair is not just a physical attribute, but a symbol of spiritual commitment and the source of his strength. When he loses his hair and thus his strength, it illustrates how our spiritual power can be compromised when we lose sight of our spiritual commitments. These stories remind us that the battles we face are not just external or physical, but also internal and spiritual. They encourage us to look within and find the spiritual truths and strength that guide us through life's challenges. By interpreting these stories metaphysically, we gain insights into how we can navigate our own journeys, armed with faith and an understanding that our deepest strength comes from our spiritual connection. Navigating through metaphysical interpretations of the Bible can often bring us face to face with several misconceptions and challenges. A common misconception is that metaphysical readings conflict with traditional religious teachings. But it's important to understand that these interpretations are not replacements, but rather deeper explorations that seek to complement and expand our understanding of the Scriptures. Another challenge lies in the complexity of metaphysical concepts themselves. These interpretations require us to think abstractly and symbolically, which can be daunting. The allegorical and symbolic language used in metaphysical interpretations often requires a shift from a literal to a more figurative understanding of texts, which might not come naturally to everyone. Applying these metaphysical insights to our daily lives is another hurdle. It requires not just theoretical understanding, but also practical application. How do we take profound spiritual truths and integrate them into our everyday actions and decisions? This often involves a continual process of learning, reflection, and personal growth. Despite these challenges, the journey through metaphysical interpretation is incredibly rewarding, offering us a richer, deeper understanding of biblical stories that resonate on a personal and universal level. As we navigate these waters, we learn to see beyond the surface and discover the spiritual truths that lie beneath, which are applicable to our challenges and experiences today. Exploring metaphysical insights offers us not just knowledge, but tools that we can use to enhance our daily lives. For instance, consider the metaphor of David's victory over Goliath, which we discussed earlier. This story can inspire us in moments when we face our own giants, be they personal doubts, professional challenges, or interpersonal conflicts. Understanding that our spiritual strength and faith can guide us to triumph encourages us to approach these challenges with confidence and resolve. Another practical application comes from the story of Samson and his hair, which symbolizes the source of his strength. This can be likened to our own sources of strength and energy, whether they be our faith, family, or personal convictions. Protecting these, nurturing them, and recognizing their value helps us maintain our power and effectiveness in life. Incorporating these metaphysical insights into daily spiritual practice enriches our understanding and deepens our connection to the divine. When we start each day by reflecting on such insights, we cultivate a mindset that is more resilient, hopeful, and empowered. This practice can transform how we view our lives and interactions, prompting us to live with greater intention and spiritual awareness. By applying these ancient metaphysical teachings, we not only honor their origins, but also bring their profound wisdom into the contemporary world, allowing us to lead lives that are both inspired and inspiring. As we look into these metaphysical interpretations, I invite you to reflect on how they might change your view of the Bible. What new insights have you discovered? How might these deeper meanings influence your understanding of familiar stories? I encourage you to share your thoughts and questions in the comments below. Your perspectives enrich our discussion and deepen our collective exploration. If there's a particular story or concept that intrigues you, or if you have questions about how to apply these metaphysical insights in your life, please let me know. Your feedback will help shape our future videos. ensuring that we cover the topics most relevant and fascinating to you. Together, we can continue to uncover the profound spiritual wisdom hidden within these ancient texts, making each exploration a journey of mutual discovery and inspiration. As we conclude today's journey into the metaphysical meanings of classic biblical stories, we've explored not only the profound depths of these ancient texts, but also their practical implications in our modern lives. From the strength and faith exemplified by David in his battle against Goliath to the resilience shown by Job, these stories offer more than historical narratives. They provide us with powerful lessons on spirituality and inner strength. I encourage you to not stop here. Dive deeper into these interpretations, reflect on how they resonate with your personal experiences, and consider how they might influence your perspective on life's challenges. If today's insights have sparked your interest, I invite you to share this video with others who might also appreciate these transformative spiritual insights. And if you haven't already, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us continue to explore and share this valuable wisdom. Together, let's continue to uncover the rich spiritual heritage that these metaphysical interpretations offer, enriching our lives and those around us. Thank you for joining me on this enlightening journey, and I look forward to our next exploration together.